Another walk out in Worthing where I live. Today I wanted to talk about motivation, because I'm doing this as a bit of a test really, to see if I can do every day a little simple walk in the same area, whereas in the past I would go out and walk in different areas and try and make the videos interesting by observing the landscape particularly, and different types of landscape. This time I'm doing these one-take wonders. Yesterday I had the misfortune that my audio went halfway through recording, particularly when I was down on the seafront looking at the filming that they were doing for Wicked Little Letters. I've since established what it was called, and I think Olivia Colman and Timothy Spall are in it. I believe they're down there today. Probably haven't got as much sunshine as they had yesterday, so that's a bit of a shame, but you know, there you are. Anyway, today I wanted to talk. I'm taking you down Tevill Road, which I haven't been down. We're going close to the railway station but not actually in it, and then I want to go around a different houses. Again, I'm going west. I've been just sort of walking and exploring a bit, going west at these big houses. Tevill Road, which, hang on, if I do that, you'll see behind me, is quite busy, and also it's parallel with the railway station, takes you into Goring if you follow it, but also there's the railway crossing down here. And so, good morning, how are you? Nice to see you. There we are, somebody is calling out. There's a railway crossing just ahead so that you can go forward if you want to, over that, and go north. Now, if I go up Victoria Road, it will actually take me back, I think, up to Victoria Park. Oh no, I tell a lie. That'll take me back up to there's another double roundabout, and it'll take me, if I carry it on, anyway, it doesn't matter, it goes towards the town and then down towards the seafront, which is not what I want to do. I want to talk about motivation today, because I'm doing this every day, and a friend of mine has said to me many a time, I won't say who it is, but he'll probably recognise himself, that he says, "Oh, I can't do what you do, Richard, because I'm lazy." As much as he enjoys vlogging and doing stuff, he has admitted to me that he is, oh, that's a new coffee shop, look at that, it's very nice. He said, oh yeah, no, I'm lazy. He also likes to have a nap in the afternoon, which I think is a bit of a, now I can't think if this is the right word, an anathema to me. It goes against the nature to have a nap in the afternoon, not on a regular basis. I might if I'm absolutely whacked, but generally I'm not that whacked. Oh yeah, here we go, this is where I'm going to come up. Look, Hobden's Proper Bakers. They actually make their own bread. Oh, here we go, sorry about the noise. Get past the cleaning thing. I'll try and get past that as quick as I can. They're very noisy, these bloody street vehicles. Oh, I'm going to run. There he is. This is not the most salubrious of roads, unfortunately. It's probably had its day, but it's all looking very tired with these old shop fronts here, almost unloved. There's a bit of wind actually. I don't know if that's affecting the microphone. I'm not using my lapel with the fluffy, I'm just using the road boxes with the fluffy on, and it is quite windy, so I'm going to be curious, because I don't normally use those, to see what the effect is. But we're going to go left here. Yes, motivation. That's the sort of thing I want to sort of touch on in today's, just crossing the road here. This is not the easiest of thing to talk about something and walk when you've got busy roads and trying to film. It's usually the sort of thing you prepare for and you sit down in a studio and talk about. I am very motivated. I don't know why. You could say driven. I always think that's a strange thing, because if you're driven, it means you're the passenger. I'm more the chauffeur. I'm actually the one doing the driving. So it's a strange expression, but there you are. But I am motivated to get up and do stuff and get on with it. I think I'm hungry for success. I think that's where that comes from. Excuse me. And I think if you don't have it, if you've got a notion of what your success is and you don't have it, I think then you are motivated to aim for it, because every day that you're not achieving it is wasted. So I find it very hard to loaf about. Now, as you know, I have a new girlfriend, a new partner who had been on the channel for a long time, the lovely Julia, and she'll tell you that in the mornings, I'm not saying she's lazy or anything like that, but in the morning, especially on a Saturday or a Sunday where she's got time, she might, let's go through, it's a bit dark. I was going to go through these trees, but they are a bit dark. I just have them on my other side. These houses are quite nice. Is it St Matthew's Road? Yes, it is. She will say that she's annoyed sometimes because I'll be rolling out of bed at 6:30 on a Sunday, and she'll say, well, why can't you lie in? And when I was with Harriet, she used to say the same, why can't you lie in? And I would say, I just find that so difficult. I feel that if it's light, I've got to get up and just get on with stuff. Lots of leaves on the ground here. Let's go and face this way so you can see. Look at all these down here. That is quite remarkable. And we're only in the beginnings of autumn, aren't we? We're not fully established in autumn. October, November, October, beginning of. Maybe. Lovely houses down here, which is a park. I know I was in this park the other day. I was at the other end. I don't know if you remember, you probably don't. I'd gone through, whatever it was, Amelia Court. That's right, that's what it was. And I came down into the park then. It's very nice. I was going to walk through the trees, but it's very dark and not much light today. And I know how the GoPros don't work so well in the dark. But some beautiful houses here. Look, let's just have a quick look at these as we're going. I feel like I'm a bit out of breath today, a bit panicky to get out because I've got Julia coming around and we want to record an episode of The English Couple. Oh, that's a nice house. It's very nice. Just cross over so you can see a bit more of them. Loads and loads of terraces, Victorian. This is the Victorian expansion. And if you keep going, you'll end up in Heen, which originally was a separate little village, or settlement, I suppose. I guess a fisherman's village and farming community, because that's all that was down here. Coming to the end of St Matthew's Road, and I'm not quite sure where I shall go now. If I go up, I'll end up on the main road, and if I go down, I'll end up back on Teville Road. I think I will go up because otherwise I shall be too far away. So what motivates me, that's the thing. As I say, it is that drive for success, trying to achieve something, trying to earn a living from something that you enjoy doing, which I know some people are very odd about. They seem to, the amount of times people say, have you got a real job, Richard? Or are you retired? And these sort of questions, as if they don't realise that this actually is a job, and you have to treat it like that. I think if you want to have any sort of success, you've got to treat it like you would if you had an employer that you're going to work, and you've got to force yourself to get up. And I think when you work for yourself, that is one of the big problems that people have. I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see a bit more of this rather beautiful Victorian avenue here. I think we might go past my dad's old care home, actually. That might be quite good. There's a lot of care homes along here. It's very beautiful. Again, more lime trees. I mentioned before how the lime trees were used in avenues back in the day, but you don't really see lime trees being planted these days. I think they do something else. Right, we're going to go down Chaucer Road. Why not? Just for the hell of it, because that is where the old care home was. And there's loads of them. It was a right pain trying to find the right one because they were all very expensive. And I don't think anyone's ever satisfied with the care that the parent is given, because they're never giving it the same as you would give. So you're always going to be biased. So I'm saying that as a caveat in case anyone thinks that I wasn't overly happy. I mean, they did the best they could, I think. And that's about all you can ask for. And these are great big, I mean, imagine living back in the day, great big houses, with some with garages now. But when they were built, of course, they would have had not the garages for cars and things. Oh yeah, there we go, Willett Lodge. That's where Dad was in. It's all very quiet, as ever it was. They all look very, you know, quiet and serene on the inside, and on the outside rather. What you don't hear is all the poor people, the demented people whose brains have gone now are shouting and screaming for help, and the poor staff rushing around desperately trying to keep. I mean, it is hard work being a care worker, and I think they ought to be paid a hell of a lot more. And then you've got the juxtaposition of those people who are actually paying the wages, trying to pay for their loved ones. And I don't know what the answer is. Anyway, I'm meandering here in today's video. It's just that, look, let's go up here. I've never been up here before. I don't know where this goes. This is an old Twitton, presumably, betwixt and between. I'm always interested when you see a little path like this that you've never been up before. I think it's a dead end. I don't know that it's supposed to be a dead end. It's just access to these houses, but maybe at one time it went further. No, that is definitely a dead end, and you kind of get the feeling that perhaps somebody's extended their garden and blocked off this path, which is not properly legal, I don't suppose, but maybe it is. Who knows? So I get motivated because I just want to get on. I think sometimes it's in your DNA. I think some people are just motivated to get on. I would never be late, for example. I mean, when I was doing the corporate stuff, you'd never be late. Used to laugh when I went to mime school. Yes, I went to the School of Mime, Desmond Jones School of Mime. You know, walking on the spot, taking invisible dogs for a walk, the wall, all of that, and so much more. And when I went to mime school, it was very much teaching a lot of theatre stuff to people who had, I don't know, limited knowledge of theatre. The weird thing about mime school was there was a lot of people who were going there not so much from a theatre perspective, but because they wanted some non-verbal communication skills, which was difficult when some of us were theatre-based and wanted to be performers, and others were just trying to sort of understand. I mean, it was really a theatre school, but people had come there from all sorts of walks of life to, I don't know, some of them were working with deaf people, and some of them working with perhaps dementia people and all sorts of special needs and things. And they were also on the course, which was a bit weird, I always thought. And I did a year of it, and this was always the case. So there was a lot of theatre stuff being taught, stuff that I already knew. And one of the things, of course, we're going past a busy stretch again, was not being late. Desmond Jones, bless him, would always say, curtain up at 7:30, you're just not allowed to be late. Of course you're not allowed to be late. The audience have paid a ticket and they don't expect you to sort of turn up 20 minutes later. So that was a thing. I wonder if the other end of this lane is here somewhere. Because just trying to see, because we came up that lane and then it was blocked off, I reckon, by somebody's garden. But anyway, let's just go through here, past a transit custom van like mine. We'll just get past these people. I'll whiz round this way. Try not to get knocked over. Yes.
What are you doing today?
I'm just doing a little gentle walk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many followers have you got?
25,700 and something.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's not too shabby. Slowly growing.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll be having millions soon.
Yeah, million. Well, now that you're on it, I will.
Obviously.
Is that all reclaimed bricks?
Basically there's a step. There's steps going up to the building up there, and they're all loose, so I've got to take them down and rebuild it.
All right.
Do they not notice it when they have
Yeah, it's nice to see the old bricks.
Do they not notice it when
Anyway,
they
catch you soon.
have the other day?
There we go. Always a bit of a laugh to have a chat to somebody. You on YouTube? Not that he watches. No. But how many subscribers you got? So yeah, something like 25,700. Slowly creeping up, which is very nice. Can't remember what I was talking about now. Oh yes, Desmond Jones and getting you know, the sort of theatre things, but being late and you can't, you know, if you're in the theatre, you can't be late. And also is that thing, another thing about theatre world and entertainment that you learn is when you're on, when the audience, you know, not only have you got to be there on time, but you've got to perform. You've got to give 100%. You can't pull back and not give your all because people have paid a ticket to see it. Morning. Pardon? Hello.
Just say good morning, you've done well.
Oh, I've done very well. Yeah, you done well?
I had my haircut that.
Oh, wow, look at that. That looks very good.
Yeah.
It's almost like mine.
Yeah.
Almost, but not quite.
You've got more
You've got more hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Having a nice day out today?
We're about to go to Takanami.
Are you? That's a little camera. It's a little camera with a microphone on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah? I put it on YouTube.
Say have a good day.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you look after yourself. Nice to talk to you. There we go. It's off. This is probably in one of the local care homes. Bless him. Just the same sort of thing we used to do with dear old Dad. Right, I'm going to cut through, back through the park and head back home now. So yes, you've got to give 100%. You've got to be on. Whereas other jobs, of course, you know, if you're feeling a bit tired and you're just stacking a shelf, you can relax your face. You can not hold yourself up and be on. But the entertainment world teaches you a lot of stuff in that area. Performance, you have to have a pseudo confidence, even if you're not really that confident in real life. And I think all of that helps with making you more motivated. I don't know, maybe I'm talking complete and utter rubbish, which, you know, wouldn't be a first by any means. Right, we're back into the park now. Let's just have a look round. You may recall now all these lovely trees that encircle, which again, now I walked down, you can see my finger, I walked down that way at the beginning. That was St. Matthew's Road, something like that. Can't remember. I ought to know Worthing a lot better because I have been here 31 years living in my little house, which I would regret leaving, but Julia and I are sort of looking at the potential of moving away, but I don't think anything's going to happen that quickly, not unless I can get the channel to actually earn something. And you might all be going, well, that's never going to happen. And you may be right. You may be right. But anybody who's watched the channel for any length of time will know that I'm trying different things. You know, that's the thing. I'm motivated to experiment and try things. And very often you get criticised for change or chopping your mind. But how often do you bang your head on the door until you realise it's not going to open? And that, you know, you've got to bang your head on the door long enough to realise that, because you may not do something long enough for it to work, but you could just keep repeating the same mistake. So it's a tricky thing. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm very motivated. I work very hard. I'm passionate about what I do. Not everybody has a passion. And I find that very sad. I think that is a bit sad if you don't actually have a passion or something that you're really into, or that you used to and you let it drop as you got older. You almost think, well, what's the point? And I still think that you've got to hang on to these things. That's what gets you up in the morning. At least that's how I think. And if you're not passionate about something, that's a shame. But not everybody finds their passion, or their passion is so difficult to achieve. I mean, I would love to be in making feature films, but I want to write and direct. I want too much, that's the problem. But YouTube has given me something close to it, that I can produce my own stuff. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, this is where I kind of came in, isn't it? Down here. So I think we'll end this little video, head back, get this up on the tube views, and I will see the lovely Julia a bit later, and we'll record another English couple, which hopefully will go out as well. Sometimes they're in a different order than I've actually filmed them. It all depends. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll leave you with a lovely view of this wall. Till next time, goodbye.